this is the all-new Insta360 X5. It has a larger sensor, superior low light performance, and replaceable lenses. So today I'm gonna go test it out while biking, running, and exploring in New York City to see how it holds up. This video is sponsored by Insta360, so let's go play with this 8K 360-degree action camera. This camera supports 8K 30 frames a second, but since we're in really bright conditions, we're actually going to switch it to 5K 60 frames a second, which is a new upgrade from the previous X4, and now it supports active HDR. Now, one of the most powerful things with this 360 camera is I can shoot and frame it later, so if I want to capture what's in front of me, that's easy to do, or just have the camera facing me. And since it's a bright day, we're gonna have a really bright sky and maybe darker areas in the scene. And with this camera, I'm able to use the active HDR to get more data and information as I'm walking around. And this is kind of what you see when we're just taking a shot of myself. So I actually don't need a filmer now. I just have this stick in front of me. I'm filming myself. We're walking around in New York City. We have the beautiful water right over here, and there's a beautiful park on this side over here. So now it looks like I have my own filmer wherever I go, which is super neat. Now, one of the biggest upgrades on the X5 from the previous X4 is the battery life is now 185 minutes, and you can quick charge it in 20 minutes if you just need to get some juice to get going. So if you're trying to film, you know, long distance run, a long distance bike, you're doing some kind of action heavy stuff and you need a lot of battery and juice, this thing will last much longer. Yeah, as you can see, it's windy. These flags are blowing right above me. So there is a new wind guard on here, which will filter out the noise, and an AI chip that will help get rid of the audio noise, so it just sounds better in very windy environments. There's going to be a mesh structure to filter noise with an upgraded algorithm for consistently clear audio. And if you see over here, we have some water. With the new X5, it's waterproof even farther, up to 49 feet, which is 15 meters. So if you want to do some diving with this camera, you can easily do that and get beautiful content in the pool, ocean, whatever it might be. It might not be that windy just from like walking and standing here, so let's hop on a bike and test how the audio sounds while I'm biking down the West Side Highway with massive amounts of winds going down the camera. We're officially biking with the Insta360 and we're testing out the audio with the wind map to see how it sounds. There's definitely wind blowing right now. I think we have about 11 to 20 mile per hour winds in New York City. But we've got this cool selfie view with the bike as we go down. One of the newest features of the X5 is the larger sensor. So now it's a 1/1.28 inch sensor. So that means it's going to be better in low light. It's going to be able to capture more. One thing that they've had in the past is a GPS overlay. So I'm using my phone to actually track the GPS. You can use smartwatches too to overlay your distance, speed data as you're maneuvering, which I absolutely love. I think Insta360 has the best implementation of this in their software. And the newest update is their new InstaFrame, which means you can capture 2 clips at the same time. So I can get a flat video shot if I want to share it on social media, whether it's like horizontal for YouTube or vertical for Instagram or TikTok. And then I also get a 360 shot, which I can reframe and see a whole new perspective if I missed something that happened that was important. So I can easily share content and at the same time get the shots that I need. InstaFrame. I think that's one of the features that I'm personally most excited about because you can get 2 files. One which is ready to share instantly and another one as a backup. It's like having backup audio, whatever it is, so that way I can reframe, re-edit the video. Let me show you what it looks like and how it works. You want to pull up the Insta360 and be able to go to the mode right over here. And you want to go from video over to InstaFrame. And it's going to tell you it's simultaneously going to capture a 360 and a flat video. You might be like, what does that mean? It shows you exactly. You can have a selfie mode, which is automatic. You can pick the framing that you want beforehand. And then you also, in addition, get that 360 view, which you can edit after the fact inside of the Insta360 app. Okay, there I am. Right now, if I tap this gear icon, I can see there's different options. So I have bottom view, I have top view, front view, and rear view. So there are all these kind of like set views that I can pick, or I can do a custom view, which allows me to kind of move around, zoom in and out however I'd like. You can change the threshold of how much of the view you're going to get. There's as low as 50 degrees and as high as 95 degrees. I honestly prefer bottom view the most just because if I'm keeping the stick far away from me, I want the bottom view. And then there's 2 options right here, horizon lock on and off. I like to keep it on. And then distortion correction on and off. I like to keep distortion correction on. Now that I have it on bottom view, if I point it at myself, it's going to record whatever the bottom of the camera sees, no matter where I point the camera. And maybe you're like, okay, bottom view is cool. I'm not in love with that. And you want selfie view. I can tap this one over here. And now it's going to track my face. So if I move myself around, the 360 camera is going to track my entire face. I am way over here. And if I move way over here, the camera tracks me. Watch.
Boom, just like that. And the camera's not moving. The camera's not doing anything. It's all doing that with software. If I want to change the settings here, I can do that too. You can see it's capturing in 5.7K plus 360 resolution, 30 frames per second. And then the flat video is going to be 1080p, and I can pick the ratio. I can have 9:16 for vertical formats, as well as 16:9 for horizontal formats. So you have YouTube and then Instagram, TikTok, whatever vertical formats you prefer. I'm doing more short form stuff, so we're gonna switch it back to 9:16. Then you also have these options where I can do a 360 spin, and it can record while it's doing this. So it's kind of like you have a camera on a gimbal, a 360 spin, get some cool action shots there, and then a barrel roll this way so you get that cool shot right there. I'm excited to test this out, not just for running, biking, and different kinds of action activities, but also just like walking around and vlogging myself in the city and feeling like I have a cameraman that's following me around. You might be curious what the file formats look like when you're opening it inside of the Insta360 app. So let me go ahead and connect the camera to my phone. It's extremely fast and swift. This is probably one of the best features of Insta360. They have probably the best connection methods from the phone to their cameras. And outside, I went ahead and actually recorded some InstaFrame shots, so you can see them right here. The globe icon right here is a 360 video, whereas there's no globe here, is just a classic flat video. So if I go ahead and tap this checkbox and I import both of these clips, I hit download, it's now going to download these clips. It's so fast. Right into my phone, it's getting about 25 megabytes per second. You can see this is a 360 video by how the thumbnail looks, and this is the flat video by how it looks. This will be saved to my phone album, whereas the 360 will be saved inside of the app, and it allows me to edit inside of the Insta360 app. So now if I go to download it, I have my flat 9:16 video. It's pre-edited. I can instantly share this to my social media, whatever I want. Like maybe it's YouTube, Instagram, whatever it is. Or if I want to re-edit the 360 video, I have that right here. I can do that same thing. I can pick which perspective I want. Maybe I want the selfie perspective again, or I want to play with how much angle I'm able to see. I can do that right here within the app and re-export it. I don't think you realize the value. I have a quick to share format that I can instantly put on social media, and I have a backup copy that I can edit and change however I like to make sure I get the best shot possible. So as soon as you download InstaFrame files, the 360 file will be saved inside the Insta360 app, and then the flat video profile, which this one was a horizontal video, will be saved inside the Photos app on my iPhone, and I can go ahead and scroll through it. And I was just surprised at how good the quality is. Like, that looks gorgeous. The blues are stunning. It feels like I have a camera following me around, and I was just shocked. Like, this is really good for an action camera. Like, why would I buy anything else that's not a 360 action camera? If it's effortless to use, it's easy, and it just looks so good. Here's the version where it's a vertical. So if I want to share this on my Strava, Instagram stories, TikTok, whatever it is, like, no one even knows that there's a 360 camera in my hand. And with this beautiful sunset in the background, the HDR, the dynamic range, it is stunning. Like, I cannot believe that this little camera is able to capture such high quality content. I gotta say, I love this quality of this camera, and there's nothing out there that even competes on the 360 camera level as well as this.
I don't think people realize, but a 360 camera is like a regular action camera, but you capture a whole lot more. So now it just makes it even better. I don't know why anyone would buy a regular action camera when you could just buy one of these. Now that we tested out the biking, let's go for a run and see how this works while running around on the West Side Highway in New York City. One of the values is when you're running, it's really hard to film yourself. I've tried regular action cameras and I just don't get the most attractive shots, but with a 360 camera, it looks like I'm filming myself. And it's like I have a cameraman coming with me, so I can get these really cool shots. I can even like pan this way, you can pan this way, and you get to see my entire surroundings, but I'm still looking at you, and all I need to do is carry this stick and this 360 action camera. If I wanted to act like a regular action camera, I can do the same exact thing. One thing with action cameras is that you can damage the lenses. So previously you had to buy an entirely new camera, but now you can just replace the lens. There's a replaceable lens kit, which I'll show you in the studio.
In the old one, you couldn't do anything, but now there is something very fancy, which is their lens replacement kit. And inside the lens replacement kit, you're going to get this lens removal tool, which will actually slide on to be able to remove the old lens. You get an Insta360 rocket blower to make sure there's no dust inside the area when you reinstall the lens. Cleaning wipes, lens cloth, and the actual replacement lens, which goes inside of this case right here. And you can see, so if something happens, I can easily replace the lens. Ideally, I don't want to deal with that, but now you have the option available where I don't have to replace this entire camera. I can just swap out the lens if I do cause it any damage.
And last is low light. So it's daytime right now, but we're gonna show you some low light footage of how much better it's able to perform with a larger sensor in low light settings. So I've done like shots in dark sauna cold plunge areas. So this would be really, really powerful in those spaces.
We switch to PureVideo. PureVideo improves image quality in low light environments. We're gonna test this out in New York City at night. You'll be able to get as high as 8K 30 video in low light conditions, which I think is amazing. I've had friends who try to use this camera in lower light areas, whether it's in a sauna, cold plunge space where there's just not as much light, or you're running outside at night, doing any kind of action-based stuff, or even just vlogging in low light conditions at night, especially in New York City. Even though there's still lights, it can be pretty dark. This camera can now just capture so much more with its larger sensor, better AI chips, and this PureVideo feature. Now, one thing that's super unique about Insta360 is I think they have some of the best GPS overlays. So if you want to show how fast you're going, where you're going, the elevation, the speed, slope, all that type of information, they make it the easiest possible. You can pull it from your smartwatch data, which is insane. And now you can also import it from your iPhone as well as a bunch of other stuff. Let me show you how this works. You pull up that video that you were actually working on, and I just selected me running. So you can see I'm running here. And I had a GPS track recording on the Insta360 app while I was working. So now I have these options of stats right over here on the bottom. I tap that, and now, oh, BMW, that's cool. I can see date, acceleration, distance, elevation, slope. I can even add that pace right there. Whoa, it's a lot of information. Energy, let's do that BMW because I'm a fast car. There we go. I'm going 15 kilometers per hour. How cool is that overlay? And then I can instantly share this to all my social media accounts. And you want to know where it's getting this information from? I use the GPS activity data saved from my phone. So I get my distance, duration, altitude, slope, acceleration, vertical speed. But I also have the option to import a local file from my phone, or I can link an account. So Garmin Connect, Apple Health, Huawei, Coros, iGPS Sport. Look at that. There are so many different options. You can just import that data, get your speed, distance, and all that information, share it on social media. It looks cool. It's very unique. I'm going to do more of this. So follow me on Strava and Instagram at Shervin Shares if you want to see that. We have a rhythm option here. We've got our speed variation, classic. Oh, this one. I like this one. This one's cool. Oh, maybe just cool. Maybe racing. Oh, futuristic. What about cyber? Simple? Simple looks clean. I like simple. Maybe we change it to miles per hour because we're American and we just have to be like that. And dynamic. Look at that. That looks so nice. It's like I edited a special thing that no one else will see. Let's tap that right there. Ooh, we can instantly just go ahead and export this full clip, save it in whatever format we want. Maybe I want to share it to Instagram stories, export to phone, and now it's going to save. Boom. As easy as that. I shared on my social media and people think I'm the coolest person ever. Previously, when you had to edit the content, you had to select selfie mode and wait for it to load through the entire clip to figure out where you are. But now you just tap this button and instantly it's able to get that data and information in that direction that you want. You can do custom, selfie, forward, and it just quickly changes. You don't even have to think about it. There's a new AI frame feature as well. It's just super fast. And on iPhone, it even supports live activities. So you can see it shows downloading to camera right there. Look how fast that is. If you want to buy the Insta360 X5, click the link in my description to buy one today. Thank you again, Insta360, for sponsoring this video. I'm going to do some more testing with this video. Let me know in the comments below what other types of stuff you want to see, and should I run the London Marathon with this camera? We'll see you in the next one. Peace.